Alright guys, welcome back to Tron Trucking. We're currently in Flint, Texas, and we're on our way to Houston. So, let me give you a recap of my little week, because I have spent an entire week in Texas. Like, what? That's so crazy to me. For me, because you know I'm an OTR driver, over the road, so I am used to going thousands of miles in between my deliveries and things. But I do have a VA appointment this Friday, and it's very important that I go. So the loads that I got, I'm really working like a local guy, back and forth to Dallas, which is fine. But our week started off in Houston because Michelin, you know I hate Michelin down in Houston. And we're coming up to this light. I hate Michelin down in Houston, and my load wasn't ready last Thursday or Friday. So my dispatcher, he was like, just take, you can either wait 10 hours, get it later tonight, or you can take your whole 34 in Houston, which was great because my cousin was down the street. You know, he's a driver with the company as well. Oh, this load. I'll explain how heavy this thing is. But he's a driver with the company as well. And Jesus, we're struggling to get up this hill. And it just so happened when I was leaving Michelin, he was headed to our new lot where I'm going now, but our new lot in Houston as well. So we met like right there on the road, and I was like, yo, perfect timing. So his car's there, and I was able to spend the weekend with him and his wife, and his friend came down with his wife. And so I was like the fifth wheel, but it was fine. We started, like, we did a lot. We had brunch at this really cool brunch spot, and like the line was extremely long, and they had QR codes outside. I'll post the link or the description of the place, but they had a line outside, and you know that line is long when they have water outside for you. One, it's Houston, it's gonna be hot, and it was really nice of them that they had water. I thought that was really cool. And then we get inside, and they kind of rush you to get pay and get to your seat, because they gave you a QR code that has the menu and everything outside. You should be ready, like, come on. So we go to, we pay, we get to our seat, and like, it's almost like as soon as we sat down, food's coming out. We're like, yeah, this is ours? Food was amazing. So I had the catfish and shrimp, oh no, catfish and grits. I was eating like a trucker, don't judge me. Catfish and grits with 2 sausage patties and 2 country hams, and then I had a French toast platter as well, or just a French toast, and because I wanted something sweet. But everything was amazing. Like, you know the food's good when everybody just shuts up and eats. And catfish and grits was, and then after that we went to the Galleria, hung out there, did some shopping. That mall is ridiculously huge. And then we went to an escape room. The 5 of us did this escape room. It was really cool. If you've never done an escape room, I highly encourage it. It's great for team building. It's just all around just fun. And I've done them before, but I've never won. But man, I don't know what it was about the team that I was with, but we crushed that thing. We still had like 2 minutes to spare, and we were really excited. So I was happy about that. Shout out to the team. We did that. And then we went out to like Saltgrass that night and had steak. They went out to the club the first night. Like, I was just like, nah. I'm the old man in the group. Everybody was still in their 20s, you know, I'm the old man in the group, so I was just like, I'm gonna go to bed. He has a beautiful dog too, a nice pit bull named Cash. Cash is interesting. But it was cool to be home, feel hometown. And wake up to the dog jumping on you in the first thing in the morning was wild. Cash. Me and Cash had some times. But yeah, so after that, Sunday comes around. Me and my cousin were supposed to leave out at the same time, but he ended up, he wasn't able to get his load. So I headed back to Dallas. And then the next day I picked up an LG. And I'll show LG here. So as you see, LG was a hot mess. I will give them credit though, because they do try to make it very organized. They have signs telling you slide your tandems, go to the guard shack. The guards come out in the line. It was a double line to get in. The guards come out and they give you the paperwork to go ahead and fill out before you get up to the front, before they check your empty and all that. They tell you everything to know in advance. The problem is it's just a slow process. Oh, why am I speeding? It's just a slow process. So you kind of get backed up with they have a lot of bays, a lot of drivers. So the way it's supposed to work is they'll give you a door, you go to your door, you back in, you you disconnect completely from the trailer, but just sit in front of it. And then if you're close to the shipping office, you walk down there. But if not, if you're on the other side of the building, you drive bobtail down there. And then they give you a white piece of paper and a carbon copy of it with all the information. You verify your information, give them the white copy, go back to your truck, and go to sleep, because I was there for 3 hours. And then the process is supposed to be, you'll get a green light, and they will call you and tell you when to go and get your paperwork, so your paperwork's ready. So I got the green light, and I was just like, well, I know that place is be packed, so let me go inside the shipping office, start waiting in line. I ended up getting my phone call while I was in line, so it worked out perfectly. I didn't have to lose my spot. And then I went, checked out, drove to Houston. Or drove to like Conroe area, New Caney area, dropped off delivered to the Lowe's distribution center out there. It was a drop and hook, got it empty, went to Michelin, got my next load, headed back to Dallas that night. So that was just a one-day trip. And then day two. Day two, got up, went out to Fort Worth to another distribution center, or another customer, picked up there, and then drove back to the Houston drop lot, dropped it off there, went to Michelin, came back. Very simple. That place was pretty easy. It does get packed with drivers, but I ended up having to tell one of the drivers, hey, like, move forward, you're waiting on a door, move forward. And he was cool about it. He moved forward, and I was able to back in, no problem. It wasn't pretty, but no problem. The setup was a little bit off. Drove that to Houston, came back. So now it's day three. I woke up at the yard in Dallas, got to Morton Salt out in Grand Saline, and that's the current load that I'm currently under. It was a little bit confusing because my company didn't give me what trailer I was going to get, so I had to go to the gate. You go to the gate, you call to get in, drop off my empty, go to the shipping office, get my paperwork, which has the trailer number, and then I leave out of there. This current load is 43,600 pounds, and the tandems were already slid forward, so I didn't have to adjust and slide tandems. But I did have to go to the scale house, go to a scale and get it loaded. So I drove down to the Love's about 10 minutes away, got my load weighed, and proceeded on. And we're currently 2.5 hours away from Houston. We're going to the drop lot, our drop lot again, and I'm going to go then back to Michelin, which is 5 minutes away. We have a new lot. It's a really nice lot, security, all of that. So drive 5 minutes away and then come back to Dallas. And then tomorrow I have one last day of it, but it's all dropping hooks. So dropping hook, light loads, I already know. So I'm just gonna knock that out and then I'll start my weekend.